Chris Prophy, musically obsessed. Chris Prophy, musically obsessed with vinyl CDs and cassettes. Chris Prophy, musically obsessed. Oh yeah! Greetings from Poughkeepsie. What's up, dudes?
Coming at you live.
Got my
through
son.
Video.
Got
What's
my
going
son, A-Dog here, Alan.
A-Dog Prophy.
Wish I had his hair, but I don't. I never had that hair either. My hair was wavy and whatever. But we went to Darkside today, Darkside Records, and Alan had a gift card, and I had some money and credit there, so figured we picked some stuff up. So, do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. So I found this, and I'm going to block Alan's head here. No, I'm not. This is a band, I think they're pronounced Zentrix, and I never really knew too much about them growing up. But this is their 1990 record on Roadrunner Records called For Whose Advantage. And I don't really know too much about them. I just knew that they were a thrash band. And this is music on vinyl, limited to 1,500 individually numbered, if that's even true. Alan and I listened to the song Questions in the car, and it was almost like they just totally ripped off Metallica. Even the vocalist sounded like James Hetfield. A lot of the guitars sounded like Metallica, but it's still cool. And it comes with this insert, Zentrix. I know they have other albums as well. And this is on colored wax. I'll show you what that looks like. With that original Roadrunner label, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know too much about them. I just knew of them, and I knew that they were, a thrash band. And I think probably what happened is they came out, well, this album came out in 1990. So I think by 1990, I really wasn't seeking out or checking out new thrash bands, but still pretty cool to have. I know their CDs are really hard to find, but any other Zentrix fans, let me know. And Alan found a couple things. So what'd you find?
I found Talking Heads Speaking in Tongues.
Yeah, we were looking through. Well, I always look through a lot of the same sections. Alan does too, and he's like, "What now? What made you kind of go towards that Talking Heads album?"
Well, I noticed it's got the song "Burning Down the House" and "Girlfriend Is Better," and I've heard those songs before. I really like them.
Yeah.
And I've never had a Talking Heads album before, so just figured it's the right place to start.
Yeah, and I told Alan the video for Burning Down the House is awesome, so we might have to look that up on the YouTubes later on. And what else did you get?
I got Paul McCartney and Wings, Wildlife.
Nice.
Some people say that it's their worst album. I don't really know if that's true.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff that you've played me I like it. I mean, a lot of that early McCartney, early Wings sounds a lot like, almost like little ideas he came up with, little demos and some instrumental stuff, right? But I still like it. I think it's good.
Yeah, like it has a lot of kind of short things. Like it's got bit bop link and mumbo link, like just little
snippets of songs.
Snippets, yeah. And mumbo is just a song. There's no talking in it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of ideas because Paul McCartney was trying to get away from.
But I like that because a lot of times with the Beatles, everything was like, all right, let's do 100 takes of Let It Be before we get it right. And this almost sounds like, let's just press record and see what happens.
Yeah, there's some rough things on it.
Yeah.
But not rough recording wise. But yeah, I enjoy it.
And Alan's grandmother gave him a car probably about a year ago or so.
Yeah.
He still needs to get his permit and his license and all that. But there's actually a CD player in the car. So I gave Alan a couple CDs for when he starts driving. So why don't you show those off?
So I'm big into the Beatles and
the
Paul
Beatles
McCartney and all that. I've got very original taste. So John Lennon, Imagine.
Nice.
I'm excited. I've never listened to this album fully. Of course, I've heard Imagine and Jealous Guy. I've heard that song before. Give Me Some Truth, but I've never heard the whole album, so I'm excited to give that a listen. And this is one of my favorite John Lennon albums. It's his first solo album, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
I think.
I'm not
John
as well schooled on the John Lennon solo stuff.
I think it's Plastic
It's a Plastic Ono Band,
yeah, Plastic Ono Band. But I'm excited. I've heard this one before, but I'm excited to listen.
It's funny because
he's
like, if I was going on a date with a girl in the car, a
Yeah.
gal, as John Lennon would say,
a gal. Yeah,
a gal.
I gotta have some.
He's got to have some CDs to play.
Yeah, like some.
Well, hopefully she would know who John Lennon was. If not, it's like you open up the door
Kick her out.
and you just kick her out. You start driving, open up the door, you're out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we found: some thrash metal, some Wings, some Talking Heads, and hopefully everyone's having a good weekend. But I wanted to get on here, and we haven't done a video in a while, so I wanted to get Alan on here as well. So, all right, everyone, adios.
Hasta mañana.
Hasta mañana.